Okay, let me get another tab going here. Ethereum at 1916, Bitcoin at 66,000. We went lower the last 2 weeks. Let's see what happens this time around. I am going to go live on TikTok on my account. I got my account back. So let's see this here. Going live. Let's see how this goes. Are we live on YouTube? All right, yes, we are, whereas YouTube is just sometimes slow. Hello, TikTok. Izzy, what's your outlook for the next 3 to 6 months, bearish and bullish case? I mean, I think Bitcoin's going to go put in one more leg lower, and then that'll be the bottom. But I'm looking for a specific move called a swing pattern failure. If that doesn't happen and it just keeps going down, then we're going to establish a new level. But I am not of the mindset that we're bottoming out in Q4. I think that's ridiculous. So, hello, Brex. Finally got my account back, but I would definitely appreciate a follow on my backup account. All the videos, if you don't know, you have no idea what's been going on with me. My account got banned, but I got it back yesterday. But just in case, every video that I've made that should have been on this channel is now it's on my backup account at WWBTC5. So. Is NEAR a good project to get into right now? That one's tough because NEAR can just keep going lower. It's gotten below its previous bear market bottom. So now what? I mean, at some point, I think NEAR would be fine. It's not really on my list of cryptos that I have on my radar, but I have somebody who is big into NEAR, and he likes it. He bought some on the dip. So he taken off TradingView just because of volume. When volume picks up again, it'll come back. Hello, Enriched Gardens. Thank you. What about ICP? I'll definitely be buying some ICP. Good morning, me. But I just, guys, with all these altcoins that just don't have good tokenomics, which ICP historically doesn't, you're going to have a lot of time, because after they bottom out, what will likely happen near ICP is that they'll just accumulate for a while. They'll just be within a range for quite a while, several months. So ICP, I'm not catching a falling knife, but at some point I'll be interested in ICP. Same for Pith. Question about Pith there from Stephen Vinny. It's the same deal. Pith, I don't like their tokenomics. It's a newer utility crypto. It's supposed to be the chain link, right? The chain link of the Solana ecosystem. Now looking at the weekly chart, it has been ranging since December. So maybe this is the bottom, and it's hanging around that bottom of that October 10th liquidation wick. So, Aptos is it's a falling knife. That chart looks really bad. Pith's chart actually looks a decent amount better than Aptos. Aptos eventually, I think people could end up using Aptos. But what's on my radar? On my radar, there is no specific crypto on my radar other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And then if you want to throw Bitcoin Cash and Monero in there, I'm willing to say that. But what's on my radar right now is with Bitcoin, I'm expecting one more lower move. And there is an invalidation to that. I think Bitcoin's going to get around $58,000 and it's going to be really quick. But what I want to see if and when it gets to $58,000 is a lot of strength in a buy, and then I think that will be the bottom for Bitcoin. If it just plummets after getting to $58,000, forget about it. We'll go lower. But that's kind of the thing that I'm waiting for as far as when do I get back in. So thank you, Max. Please don't spam. Cute as always. Thank you, Miss Stardust. Let's see. You're welcome, Matt. So I'm live on my old. I got my account back, my TikTok account, World War Bitcoin. But if you didn't know, it got banned. And if you wanted to watch any of my videos that I would have made on World War Bitcoin, head over to WWBTC5 and please hit the follow over there. So, hey, Mandy. XPT. Thank you for the follow. Systam. All right, XPT. You're talking just about platinum? What about platinum? I mean, very bullish on metals. Platinum's last few weeks, it's been, I mean, you know, just it looks like it's very similar to silver. So with silver, I'm waiting until it gets to the 200-week moving average, which is going to take a couple years. It might be the same with platinum. Should I sell my Crow and Ondo, put everything to Bitcoin? At this point, I would not do that. You know, Crow has it's holding up pretty well. Ondo, I'm still going to say no. Now, Ondo it's just going straight down. But I have a lot of confidence in Ondo that from here, let's say it even went down to, I don't think it's going to do this, but to 5 cents or something, it'll get well above where it is now. I just hold on to those. Bitcoin, that play would have been great 2 years ago. Put everything into Bitcoin. I mean, in hindsight. Now that quantitative tightening is over, I would not say the same thing. I would say that, especially given sentiment towards altcoins being where it is right now, that people are just ready to give up on altcoins. That you know, even a dead cat bounce in altcoins would be pretty good returns. No reason to. All right, hold on. How long do you think we'll have to accumulate? I mean, I did say months, you know. So what I think would happen is that Bitcoin would start climbing first, but then altcoins would catch up pretty aggressively. Oh, XPT on Coinbase. Yeah, I don't know what XPT is. I don't see a chart for it. Can you please check IMX? IMX is probably the same deal. I mean, below its 2022 bear market bottom, 2023 bottom. Not good tokenomics. At some point, I mean, I do like IMX fundamentally, but, you know, at some point it'll be worth buying. I just don't think that time's now. All right, no reason to hold a bag of Aptos, then might as well go into stable, then buy back cheaper, right? I guess. I mean, the difficult thing is, like, you know, it would have been much better to sell in 2025. If you're still holding Aptos, I would just sell it. If I'm going to sell it, I'm probably never buying back. I mean, it can do stuff, but I just have more hope for other cryptos. Welcome back to the main. Thank you. Algorand trying to DCA. I wouldn't object to DCAing into Algorand right now. The problem is you just got to have a mindset. All right, I'm losing money short term. Have a mindset. I'm not saying absolutely you're going to lose money short term, but you probably are. You know, another one that's back down to its previous bear market bottom. So hopefully it would hold the floor. But if it doesn't, where does it go from here? Bitcoin will go below 60K by this weekend. I don't know about that. I think it will at some point, but I don't know why this weekend. Yo, Alex, what happened to the bull run? To our bull run? I hope you remember this, Fash. Like, I was a bear going into 2025, and then at some point after that Liberation Day bottom, Bitcoin put in a new all-time high, and I was hopeful, but I was not all in with this mindset that we were going to have this big explosive bull run, at least in comparison to the 99% of people out there. So again, I mean, the thing that I've been saying for years was 2025 would disappoint us, and I think 2026 will be, by the end of the year, a pleasant surprise. And I think 2027 is going to be wild. So I know somebody is now going to accuse me of kicking the can down the road. That's been my mindset for quite a while now. How about Arbitrum? New ETH update. Is Arbitrum done for? I don't know about an ETH update. I don't know that. I mean, I'm looking at the chart. The chart, it's not a chart that I would buy. So I don't know, and maybe with some ETH update, it's not worth buying at all. I don't know. Mr. Yazdani is recommending to buy it. I don't know who that is. Down 50% in an Aptos bag. Should I hold it? All right. I think I already answered that question in another comment. And please don't spam user647. Please. I'm trying to get to every question. Bitcoin crashing soon. Okay. Dead cat bounces are dangerous. Hey, David. You're welcome, Miss Stardust. I see you didn't mention Solana. You're not buying Solana. Maybe I'm playing with fire. I'll buy a lot of Solana. I have very little doubt that Solana is going to go higher eventually. But I think Solana is pretty vulnerable because there's a little bit of liquidity built up where it bottomed out a couple weeks ago. But if it loses that floor, Solana is going to go a lot lower, and then I'm going to be licking my lips. That's where I'll buy Solana. What do you think the effects of the attack on Iran? You guys know more about that than I do. Even Dogecoin. I mean, I'll definitely accumulate some Dogecoin. Maybe I'm being too greedy. I just want to buy it lower. Can we forget about alt season now? You certainly forget about alt season. It's not happening in 2026. So I'm expecting 2027. Umesh, thanks for the follow. Hyper Aster, hype. Good morning, Yes Way Jose. Dogecoin is very low. I mean, it can go lower. You know, there's a saying with altcoins. How could you not buy an altcoin? It's down, such and such altcoin. It's down 95%. It can go down another 95%. DCA into injective. Hello, Nathan. I'm thinking not yet. Let me look at the chart. $3.12. No, I mean, if you just look at the injective chart, when should you DCA into injective? You know, last bear market, it bottomed out at like $1, and then it was at $1 from June until January of 2023. So June of 2022, 6 months. So a lot of these altcoins you guys are asking about, that's kind of what I'm looking for in the charts, is bottom and then chop for months. As of right now, injective has not shown us any signs of a chop. And a lot of these cryptos, same deal. What about CRV? Man, I feel like a broken record. It's the same answer for pretty much all of these cryptos. Now Curve, let me be fair to Curve. It does look better than a lot of other cryptos when I look at this chart. In the sense that you could just say it's been accumulating for 4 years. So you want to buy some Curve, just have a mindset of like, I'm probably going to lose money short term. Jasmy, I think Jasmy Anthony is going down to 0.003 or 0.002. I'd hold off on that until it gets there. Alex was a short seller since October. David, I know who you are. Man, first day back on the live, you comment on like, thanking me for that you sold in October or something like that, and that you've been short since October. And now I'm saying, like, now's a good time to be about 25% in. But, you've been short since October, David. I understand. Manipulation is what happened. Sure, manipulation always happens, but I don't like to play that card all that often. When you say 2027 is going to be a wild, in a good way, yes, I feel like, okay, in a good way, yes. 24 into 2025 was the bull run. If you want to call it that, I think early 2024 was more exciting than late 2024. But that was nothing in comparison to 2021 or 2018. That, yeah, we should expect diminishing returns every time, but still, if conditions were like they were in 21 or 2018, it would have been much better. All right, any thoughts on Tau? All right, user 647, I've told you 3 times now not to spam. You are going to be muted on this live stream. It's very disrespectful for you to keep on doing that. So, let's see. Thank you for your content. You trade or invest in crypto? Yes. I'm just holding. No point selling now. All or nothing. I mean, at this point, I would tend to agree with you more. But people told me the same thing in November and in October. And that was the wrong mindset to have. Sui, any good? I like Sui a decent amount. I like it. People use Sui. But this thing has fallen like a rock. All right, so again, wait for some kind of bottoming, some kind of chop before you get into Sui. I'll definitely be buying some Sui. I heard it was supposed to be a parabolic bull cycle, and for clarity, it wasn't from you. Yeah. I know people were saying that 2025 was going to be the most epic bull run, the final bull run, the bull run to end all bull runs. It was just nonsense. All you had to just have a little bit of perspective of where we were economically, that it wasn't going to happen. All right, what do you think about war? The trucks, it's had its run. I don't think it's going to go all that much higher. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it anymore. But I mean, those guys who were pushing it. I mean, the first time I heard about that crypto was at 6 million. It got to 40 million, and they've been throwing out some winners lately. So I'd pay attention to it now. Besides Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP, what other high caps do you have your eyes on? At some point, Solana. At some point, Sui. Monero at some point. Bitcoin Cash. There's plenty of them. Binance, BNB. I mean, large caps. Guys, I'm probably going to stick with like the top 20. And then I'm going to buy a ton of meme coins. Like, some of these meme coins are going to do what Floki did. I'm convinced of it. And a lot of them, I think, it's just throw a dart at a dartboard. Like Giga Chad. I bought $20 of Giga Chad the other day with a mindset this is probably going lower for the short term. But it might end up being like 50% into meme coins. Because like I think a lot of those can do, like Giga Chad is down. This is just an example. I'm just throwing it out there. It's down like 98% from its all-time high. If it does a 10x, it'll go up to being down 80% from its all-time high. I just think there's some good risk to reward there. But again, that's just an example. I got my account back. Yes. What are your top altcoins for the coming years? Yeah, I just answered that. Hello, T. Bain. At what price would you start buying Render? Same deal. There's not a price that I have in mind. With Render, I just want to see it do this, okay? I just want to see it range. Thoughts on Nosana? I haven't looked at Nosana in a long time. Nosana. It's got like 2 months worth of ranging, so that's good. At some point, I'd wait another couple months, but it does look like it's pretty much flat now. If Doge hits 5 cents or 4 cents, then I jump on it. Oh, absolutely. You think Doge and Pepe hit all-time highs next run? I think so. Yeah. And again, guys, to be clear, I gave a price target for Doge. It was 53 cents. So I did not think that Dogecoin was going to hit a new all-time high in 2025. My price target was 53 cents. It got up to 48 cents. But I do think that next time around, Dogecoin would hit a new all-time high. Can you please repeat what I said about Solana? I think Solana is just vulnerable, guys. There's very little support. There's a little bit of liquidity built up where it is, but if it loses that, it's going to go down much harder. That's what I said. Only altcoin that matters now is ZK Sync. Okay. How low do you think Solana can go before you buy it? I don't know. I don't really have that worked out. I mean, I've been saying under $50, but, you know, if it goes under 50, it might as well go to 30, honestly. What about a non-crypto? Oil. I have some oil stocks that I'm loading up on, WTI and OIH. I think Bitcoin miners are also an incredible steal because Bitcoin miners, you just got to wait for Bitcoin to bottom before they stop going down, but they're not going down as much as Bitcoin. And then when Bitcoin bottoms, a lot of those Bitcoin miners are going to go crazy because they have all the infrastructure needed for AI data centers. They have all the infrastructure needed that these you know, Microsoft and Amazon, they've partnered with some of these Bitcoin miners and they're, you know, for their infrastructure. Look into Xeris, new blockchain being launched. I'm not going to, just another OTR guy, but here's the deal. Anyone launching crypto at this point, I'm intrigued. I'm much more interested now than in 2024 because like in 2024 it was a cash grab. In 2026 it's like, all right, maybe you're actually trying to build something. Price prediction on Riot. Izzy, no, I don't have one. Sorry. Thank you, Atrox. Reynolds, thanks for the follow. Let's see. Bitcoin will drop to 10K. I hope you're right. I don't think you are, but I hope you're right. Did big institutions lose, or are they still stuck holding the bag? I don't know. I'm sure some lost and some won. SPX 6900. That's one that I'll buy in the bear market for sure. Not right now, but yeah. VeChain. You know, in January, I bought a little VeChain. It was under its 2022 bottom. I'm down on that, but that I bought it with a mentality that I'm probably going to be down on this. So now what? You know, I'm perfectly fine just accumulating VeChain. It's, you know, it's another one. It's going lower, but it's getting down to its 2018 bear market bottom. That just seems like a good value zone. AO is still as good to buy. I have not, for all of 2025, I said no to that question. For most of 2025. For now, I'd still say no because, you know, its previous it's still multiple X's up from its previous bear market bottom. Top memes for you beside HEEHEE and Solnick. I mean, I already mentioned a few. Pinlink and Cardano. Pinlink I would not touch. At some point, maybe, but it's flatlining now. Maybe. It's been a couple months. But I'd wait. Cardano is about it can't go all that much lower. I'd be okay with buying Cardano. What meme coin? I was talking about Giga. All right. Any other meme coins you like? Guys, plenty. There's plenty that I can throw out there. You know, HEEHEE, Solnick, Fat Cat, Doge, Pepe, any of them on Robinhood, I'll be interested in buying. So, Wolf and Xeris. Yeah, I already mentioned Xeris. Good entry for Pendle. Pendle is probably going a decent amount lower, I think. But I'm very eager to buy Pendle when the time comes. But not right now. Uncle Scooter, thanks for the follow. And Rick JB, Michael, thanks for follows. What did you say about Render? I I would wait for just render to be flat. You know, it's a falling knife. That's how I feel about most cryptos. Toshi, I'd definitely be interested in buying Toshi. Not right now. I mean, guys, the big thing you got to pay attention to, thank you, Uber guy, is like meme coins. What usually happens with older meme coins is that they're just straight, just dead flat. When they bottom out, they're flat. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Toshi or Dogecoin or Pepe were like a year from now at the same price. And let's say Bitcoin a year from now is well on to its way to a recovery and it's flirting with its new all-time high. Not flirt. Let's say Bitcoin, let's say a year from now, Bitcoin was at $105,000 and climbing. Dogecoin, I think, would be at 9 cents. It's at 9 cents right now. Dogecoin would be at 9 cents. And then around the time that Bitcoin breaks its previous all-time high, that's when you buy any of these meme coins. All right, look at Dogecoin in 2024. Dogecoin was flat, all bear market, and then around the time that Bitcoin crossed its previous all-time high, Dogecoin tripled within a matter of a week or two. That's the play with meme coins. I'm not touching any meme coins right now, except for I did buy $20 of Giga. I mentioned, all right, $20 of Giga. You got me, you know? So, will you pick up any Ondo soon? No, it'll be a couple months because I wanted to see it actually accumulate. XRP, I wouldn't be surprised if XRP bottomed. XRP and Ethereum, they might have both bottomed. So $1.12. This guy, again, you got to watch my videos on this account and hit the follow over there, WWBTC5. Guys, this looks structurally for the altcoin market cap and for Ethereum and XRP. That move down 2 weeks ago looks exactly like the June bottom to June 2022 bottom for altcoins. So altcoins bottomed in June of 2022. Bitcoin bottomed in November. Altcoins, the total altcoin market cap did a double bottom in November. XRP and Ethereum did not go lower than their June bottoms. They put in a lower high, or a higher low. Yeah, higher low, excuse me. So we'll see, though. I don't know. I mean, I'd be happy to buy XRP under $1. All right, do you think MicroStrategy would be forced to sell? Izzy, I don't care, but I don't think so, no. Still believe in HEEHEE and you hold a decent amount, but no pressure. Yeah, I want a lot more HEEHEE. D's Prepper, thanks for the follow. Dai, thanks for the follow. OP's on discount. OP. Any of those newer utility cryptos, I'm not touching with a 10-foot pole, man. Yeah, it's down 15% today. It's down below any point it's ever been historically. It can continue to go lower. But maybe at some point, I mean, Optimism's all-time high is what? $4.90. It's now at 14 cents. What's that percentage-wise? I mean, man, you know, could it get more than a 99% drop? And then could it do a 236 retrace? That would be more than a 10x. That would be awesome. But not yet. Will Orange Turd Coin go up? Never. Litecoin, Chronos. Chronos looks fine. That one looks all right. Litecoin, not as much right now. $52. I mean, it lost a really key multi-year level of support. And when I talk about multi-year, I'm talking about 7 years. It lost a 7-year level of support. So now, I mean, Litecoin, you might see Litecoin in the 20s, honestly. What about TARS AI? You think it's dead? It's as dead as any other crypto, but no, I think they'll come back. How much lower can Compound go? It's 100% before bear market bottom. I don't know what you mean it's 100% before bear market bottom. Compound. You know what? I mean, Compound doesn't look that bad. In terms of like, I don't know. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit. Compound might not have that much of a floor in sight, but Compound's one that You know, you might just be able to buy this eventually at a very extreme discount. So I don't have a level for you as far as how much lower it can go, but it is below, you know, any price point in its history. You're welcome, Quality Jim. There's some hype about PAW. Do you know about this? I know nothing about PAW. What's PAW? Is that on TradingView? Is that a meme coin? PAW? I mean, the chart doesn't look as bad as other altcoins, but I don't know what it is. All right, XRP is a great meme coin. I don't care. I don't like XRP. I don't hate it. I've made money on XRP. That's all I care about. Ethereum is rat poison poisonous. Same deal. I don't care. I care about making money off of it. Yeah, optimism. Mention optimism. Are we still in a bull market? No. Well, people are still asking that. Sorry, Izzy. No, we're nowhere near. We're so deep into a bear market that we actually might be back in a bull market sooner than you think. Mr. Slippers, Michael, thanks for the follow. In End Zone, thoughts on Pengu? I like Pengu a lot, but right now, no. It's the same deal. I mean, I'll call Pengu a meme coin. Where does Pengu bottom out, and does it chop for a bit? That's what I'm expecting for Pengu. Thoughts on Chainlink? I like Chainlink. Chainlink's fine. I do think it's going to $5, though, $5.50, something like that. And that'll be the bottom. How much lower to the bottom? Thank you, Hakan. I think time-wise, we're very close, a lot closer than people think. A lot of people are saying that the fourth quarter of this year is going to be the bottom. My rebuttal to that, rebuttal number one, you know, I've been saying for more than a year now that I expect 2026 to be a year where it very much looks like the typical bear market, and then we just zig when everyone's expecting us to zag, and a lot of people, the pain for 2026 is that people waiting until the fourth quarter to buy, they're going to be left in the dust. But my other rebuttal to that is altcoins actually bottomed in the second quarter of 2022. And that would be my expectation again this time around. Angel Money, I got the account back. And I need to join an agency. So help me, please. Please. Rack, thanks for the follow. Are you picking up any Sol? Not right now. What do you think about Coke Inu? Another meme coin that, you know, just spread it out with the meme coins. Some of them are going to pull a Floki. This guy in Yaboyski cost so many people money. Interesting comment, Murad. I sold a large majority of my crypto on October 17th. If you did not sell in October, that's on you. You guys asked me to tell you when I was going to sell. That's when I sold. I'm assuming that most people did not sell, and then, you know, it's like I've been very much on point with bottoms and tops. The worst that I did was this past October. 11 days. I was 11 days late. I try to be something like 5 to 7 days late. In December of 2024, I sold the exact peak. A lot of people didn't listen to me. A lot of people tried gaslighting me. In March of 2024, I sold the exact peak. I did not cost you money, Murad. You cost yourself money. Maybe 85 on XRP. I mean, I think XRP's bottomed. Annalie, thanks for the follow. Had to refollow. Didn't think you'd get the account back. Yeah. Any privacy coins you like? I mean, I like Monero. I like Monero as a long-term play now. I don't know about right now. I mean, it got scorching hot lately. I don't know enough about Zcash. I know it got really hot at that point, but oh man. Well, I'm back, but I can't keep up with all these comments. So, all right, guys. Here's the deal. If you're asking about some random altcoin that's not a top 20 altcoin, My answer is the same thing. Do not touch it right now. Wait for it to accumulate, to just chop, and then you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. But that's my answer to almost every question here. Yeah, what happened to Polkadot? Alex, I've been a hater of Polkadot for years. I don't know what you're wanting from me. I've hated Polkadot for quite a while. Nobody uses Polkadot. I've been warning you guys so much about that. You know, I like Litecoin a lot. I just think it's going to 20. Genera, I'm back. Genera, I tried finding you on my other account, and I forgot your username, and so I think I followed somebody else that has the name Genera. So Genera, I've known Genera for like 20 years now, maybe longer than that. So what's up, Genera? Hello, Jit. All right, I'm gonna plow through these. When's the bottom? April. I said second quarter. It's a bear market. Half the altcoins are at all-time lows. Oh, it's definitely a bear market. Yeah. Ondo already answered that. Remember the May to July days last year? Nothing really sticks out aside from, you know, selling may go away, but not really. Buying close enough to bottom. These old coins have been dumping for a year. Does Bitcoin get below 50,000? I don't think so. So you don't know S. It doesn't matter what I know or don't know, Jared. What I can tell you is that I've done a very good job of buying peaks or buying bottoms and selling peaks. Somebody's gonna laugh at me for saying buying peaks, whatever. But no, I actually have the receipts. So sold half of my metals. I'm ready. Yeah. Now we have a war coming. You know better than I do. I got you. Interest rates drop again in April. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just plowing through this. No, you know who cost people money? Calvin Hill. I don't watch Calvin Hill, but I will tell you guys. I mean, anytime that you have shared with me something that Calvin Hill has said that I've disagreed with, I've been proven right over time, and Calvin Hill has been proven wrong. Now, he might be a really good trader. I don't know, but you guys know him better than I do. Higher order investing. Dusty, thanks for the follow. Guys, please follow me on my backup account, WWBTC5. So we sold when the writing was on the wall. It was clearly there in November 2024. We were still pumping in November of 2024, but if you're talking about December of 2024, the writing was on the wall, but people don't want to listen to that. Why don't people understand that you don't have a crystal ball and that charting is mostly probability? I wish people understood that. If you were extremely disciplined in your trades and you had a 55% win rate, you would end up being a king. 55%. You could be wrong 45% of the time. So that's all I've ever tried to do. Is with this channel, you pay attention to the things I say. You can reject it or you can accept it, but increase the odds better above 50-50. That's all I've ever tried to do. All right, I made a video on my YouTube channel in the third quarter of 2025 saying that alt season is not happening. I talked for so long about we are not getting alt season in 2025. And so, like, who'd you listen to? I was hopeful for Q4. I was hopeful for some kind of altcoin movement. So I called it an alt moment. Don't get me wrong. I haven't been perfect. But my goodness, man. It's like I have, here's how I look at myself. If all the moon boys were feeding you all these false dreams throughout 2025, and then you listen to me and you got a little bit more back to where you were before listening to the moon boys, then thumbs up. Okay. Angel Money sent me a DM. Thank you, Angel Money. How much lower do you think Bitcoin will go down to? The 50s. Cardano looks all right. Looks better than other ones. Vet answered that already. I have a little vet. I'll be okay buying more. You really think Litecoin may go to $20? It might. Yeah. Memes going to zero, just calling it. It's not a bold prediction. But if you're thinking that meme coins are dead forever, I just agree with that. It does seem to look like we are close to bottom that will begin reversing around April. Maybe. XRP is the only one you need to bag. Thank you, Atrox. I'm happy to answer all the members on YouTube, questions from members on YouTube. Anytime. I do have one question. What do you think of Aptos? Yeah, man. All right, multiple questions about Aptos. The chart looks like an absolute disaster, and that's because of the tokenomics of these cryptos that launched between 2023 and 2025. They're all terrible, unless they're meme coins, which were fully diluted. You know, so no thank you. Maybe at some point, but not right now. Thinking about buying some algo. Any ISO, I'm in favor of at some point. Maybe not right now, but at some point buying algo, HBAR, XRP, XLM. I'm not in love with them. I don't think they're the future. But do you think we're going lower on altcoins? It depends on the altcoin. I'm on record. You guys heard me. I think XRP and Ethereum have bottomed. I think worst case scenario is that they will put in like a lower low, but then the RSI will show us a bullish divergence on the weekly chart, and then that'll be the bottom. I'm open to that as a possibility. But like Aptos, forget about it, man. Those can go a lot lower. Any of those utility cryptos from that were created with this mindset, like, oh, we're going to be billionaires in 2025, forget about it. Those can go a lot lower. Quant has limited supply and can easily spike when liquidity is back. Do you agree? Quant's on my radar, yes. I could see Quant doing something like what Monero did. Can Fart go under 50 million market cap? Michael, I'm pretty frustrated about Fartcoin. It's at 200 million right now. And it's like, really, Fartcoin it's at 180 million. Like that crypto sticks out so much about altcoin or among meme coins because of the insanity of the name. It's like a critique. It is a critique on crypto. I'm forgetting the exact word I'm trying to think of right now. And so Fartcoin, it has this place in our sphere of our minds that other cryptos don't. I don't think it's getting under 50 million in market cap. I would love it if it did. That would be a 97.5% drop from its all-time high. Sign me up for that, man, but we'll see. Millennium, thanks for the follow. What's up with all the haters? I don't know. They're like, hey, he's back. Sell whatever's left and rebuy or just DCA. At this point, just DCA. Thank you, Miss Stardust. It seems unlikely crypto has bottom when stocks are way overdue for correction. That's a fair point. That's something that sticks out to me. But, you know, stocks tend to, looking at stock charts is interesting because there's a lot of times when, like, I'm looking at the NASDAQ chart right now, a lot of times it makes a move where it looks like it's over and then it just bounces right back up. You know, like July of 2023, the stock market, October of 2023, it went down, the NASDAQ went down to its 200-day moving average and then bounced from there. The chart looked really bad. It looked really bad and then it just bounced. So, I mean, the chart doesn't look amazing right now. I'm looking at the NASDAQ. But it's another thing. Maybe it's just going to go to the 200-day moving average again and then bounce from there. So, User746, thanks for the follow. Where's the bottom Bitcoin? Where? 50K. 50s, the 50s. I got it back. Yeah, but what coin should I buy? Very few. How about XRP or Ethereum? When did you know /call there was no alt season? When? I don't remember. So like there was a YouTube video in like the third quarter of 2025 that I just remember so distinctly because I was like, absolutely, it's not happening. It is not happening. And during my live streams, people would ask me like, when's alt season? And I would always be like, well, listen, if you look at this fractal, if we're going to follow this fractal, then alt season could be in a few months, but there's no guarantees that we're going to follow this fractal on this crypto or on total 2. But I was very clear for like every time that I went live. Like, I don't think we're getting an alt season in 2025. So when did I know? I mean, I don't know. I don't claim to know. It's all about probability. I was looking at the probabilities and I was like, the stars are not aligned. You know, high interest rates, quantitative tightening. Sold Solana at 225, not the top, but cost basis was under 20. That's awesome, man. LCX, what about it? Same deal. Same deal. That's one I just rather avoid. You know, it is pretty much back down to its previous bear market bottom. Maybe it'll have some support there. Thoughts on Chainlink and Ondo? So I mean, Chainlink again, man. All right. Same deal. Oh man, we're at that point in the live stream, getting the same questions over and over again. Ondo was created in 2024. I like Ondo fundamentally. At some point, it's going to be a great buy, but not right now. Chainlink, I think, is going down to like 550 or something like that. Dying for Bitcoin to pump to the 50s so I can ape in or dump to the 50s. Yeah. Desync, man, that's something I haven't thought about in a long time. What's up with desync? I got no analysis on desync. I don't know what to say about this. It's too new. What do you think about is Sol's bottom if Bitcoin's bottom is around 50K? I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a double bottom for Solana. So whatever, it got down to what, 65 or something? HBAR getting amazing deals. Yeah, I'll buy HBAR at some point. DM me for sponsorship opportunity. Is it legit? Still like privacy narrative. Any good coins? Monero. Yeah, Quant. Already talked about Quant. Iceman, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Ollie. Quant looks stronger than a lot of other cryptos. That's not saying much, but Hyperliquid and Cosmos. I like Hyperliquid. Cosmos. Where's the bottom? I mean, it literally went to a penny on October 10th. I don't know, man. I'd wait for that to range for a while. How do you feel about Patriot? What's that? Who did you say is back? I'm back. Thoughts on Injective? Yeah, Izzy, I already mentioned Injective. I just wouldn't touch it right now. I just wait for it to accumulate. It accumulated for 6 months in the bear market of 2022. So let it accumulate for 6 months and then buy closer to the end of that. K. Murray, thanks for the follow. Thoughts on Bitcoin? When will it soar or will it? And how high do you think it will rise? I think 2027 is going well beyond its previous all-time high, like way beyond it. You know, you want a number, how about 200,000, maybe higher than that? Greg, thank you. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to keep it this time, my account. All right, guys. Dude, you and Ski were so wrong. You want to stay on this live stream? I am, if I remember how to do this. I'm not talking to the person who said I was so wrong, you know, but oh man, I need a refresh. I need to refresh my memory on how to do stuff here. Oh, man. Well, I was going to do something, but I don't see an option to do it. All right, well, never mind. Do you like Robinhood stock? I do. Yeah. Any updates on the Clarity Act? No, I don't pay attention to that. Have you dug into power laws research? No. I don't know. All right, guys, I need to have lunch. When my buddy attacks Iran. I'm happy to be back. Glad to have the haters back in full force. I missed you guys, but I missed the lovers more. So be a lover, not a hater. Have a good one.